listen, we're already getting limited with certain teams, so make sure you choose your team and check out. So now it's time to talk about dry air. It is that time of the year where the temperature gets cool, we crank up the heat, and then what happens? The air turns dry, it irritates our skin, our sinus passages, your eyes, your nose, your throat, they're all dry and irritated. And guess what? Dry air can also crack and damage wooden floors and furniture. Did you know that? Well, guess what? We've got a great solution to that problem. How about a wonderful cool mist humidifier? This is from Air Innovations. It's 1.3 gallons. It's a top fill, so that means you're just pouring your water right into the humidifier as opposed to picking it up and taking it over to the sink to fill it. So you just fill it in right from the top, and that cool mist technology means it won't burn you, it won't harm you, which is really important not only for your safety, but for your loved ones, especially our little loved ones like our grandkids and our pets. This is so convenient. It also includes an antimicrobial inhibitor. It's built right into the machine. And guess what? The filter, you never have to replace it. You're getting all of that technology for just $40.44. Let's go through our colors because we do have some decorator-friendly colors for you. Here is your white. We only have 630 remaining. We also have this in black. However, only 320 remain if you love the black. Next up, this is a fun color. Check out red pepper. 275 remain in that color. I told you these were decorator-friendly colors. And then, what about stone blue? Wow, 400 remain there. No reorders here. So that clearance sale price, $40.44. I highly encourage you to take advantage of this incredible deal. Kelly Walker brings us products that really just improve our lives and help us at home. Kelly, it is so great to see and meet you. Thank you for joining us.
Well, it's great to see and meet you as well. And it honestly couldn't come at a better time. I mean, it's actually getting cold again here. We had a little bit of a heat wave going on, but now it's getting freezing cold again. Yeah. So this is when that air gets dry. And when that air gets dry, first thing we do, we crank up the heat. That dries the air out even more. That's why we get the dry eyes, the dry nasal passages, the post-nasal drip. I get that sore thing in my throat that just keeps you tossing and turning all night long. And we can help you with all of that simply by adding a little bit of moisture back to the air. But the problem's always been when you go to find them, they're either really small, they barely last a night, or you have to lug that heavy tank to and from a sink or worse to a tub and bend over to fill that up. And nobody wants to do that. And the worst, they always have that slimy buildup inside. So we tried to fix all the problems. Number one, we made better mist, basically. You can see here, I can put my hand right over it. It's not burning my hand at all. But what you can't see is that it's what we call our clean mist. And that means we've infused the entire tank and base with the antimicrobial inhibitor that helps to prevent the growth of bacteria within the tank. And we give you a permanent ceramic filter. This never needs to be replaced. All you do is rinse it off every once in a while, put it right back in. That's all there is to it.
I love
then we give you the long
how
run
easy
times.
That is music to my ears, and that you don't have to replace that filter. That's awesome.
That's right. And well, you always have to search through those confusing aisles of tablets and filters and who knows what, based on what model number. You don't have to with ours. We give you a permanent ceramic filter with all of them. The other thing we give you is very long run times. If you think about that 70 hours of runtime on this, as you talked about, if you get 8 hours a night of sleep, you run this while you're asleep, that's almost 9 nights of sleep before you even have to refill it. But we've solved the carrying to and from the tub completely by allowing you just to take a pitcher of water, a cup of water to it every once in a while and top it off. So now, it's virtually unlimited runtime because you'll notice I never have to turn it off. I just refill it up, keep it topped off, and it just runs continuously.
And Kelly, there's even a water window here, right? So that you can see how much you are putting in, correct? Here's that water window.
That's right. So you always know when to fill it back up, so it'll never run out of water. Now, if it does run out of water, it will shut itself off for safety's sake, or if, say, a kid bumps it over or a pet bumps it over, it will shut itself off automatically as well. The other thing it's got is our aroma tray. Now, our aroma tray accepts our aroma pads. You'll find them on QVC.com. Right now on .com, you'll see them. They're in lavender or eucalyptus. And when you put that in there, it actually infuses it into the air that's going through here, into that moisture, and evenly distributes it around the room. And this is all to help you sleep a little bit more comfortably. I can tell you last winter, when I had bronchitis, I had a bunch of other issues going on, and you know what? I used the eucalyptus myself, and that one really comforted me, really helped me out when I was sleeping. So if you have any of those issues, you can do that. It's a spa-like experience right in the comfort of your own bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, the power of scent is I mean, it's documented how that can really just help our overall mood, and it really just helps us feel a little bit better when we have something really nice to either clear your nasal passages with that eucalyptus or just a really nice scent to lift your mood in general. So I love that we have that feature. I love also that that this is cool mist. I've said it about 3 times, and we just started talking together. And the reason that I'm saying that, Kelly, is because I have a 6-year-old. I had a senior dog who was deaf and blind. So that means I had little ones roaming around my house constantly. And you know what happens? You know, there's dangers everywhere. So I love that with this machine, there is no worry about burning yourself or harming others. That is so important to me.
That is very important to me as well. I have 2 dogs myself. They're a little bit older right now, and of course my son grew up with these. That's actually where I got started with the humidifiers, is because when he was about 10 months old, we had to take him to the pediatrician for a number of issues, and the first thing that the pediatrician said was get that kid a humidifier in his room, keep it on all the time, and that's why I really got connected with these and became a believer myself. They really do a world of good, especially for your kids and pets and everything, and especially in the harsh, dry winter months. And I want to read something to you because this isn't just me saying this. It's not just my pediatrician either saying it. From the Medline website, and they're run by the National Institutes of Health. They say 3 main things. Number 1, humidifiers increase the humidity in your home to help eliminate the dry air that would otherwise irritate and inflame the passages of your nose and your throat. That's why when it's so dry, I and I'm sure a lot of other people get that scratchy thing in their throat that keeps you up all night. Number 2, humidified air can help relieve some discomforts of colds and flu. When you are sick, that's the reason all those medical professionals recommend them. And finally, it's also a proven beauty secret. Testing shows humidified air helps maintain skin moisture and may alleviate dry skin. We all know dry skin, dry air, it's the enemy of healthy, beautiful skin. So we're helping you feel better on the inside and hopefully looking even more beautiful on the outside, although I don't know if that's possible for you.
Oh, Kelly, you are too kind. Let me tell you, as soon as you start talking about dry skin and dry hair and how this will help alleviate that, I mean, my ears just went like this. Listen, we all know that in the winter, we are all struggling with dry skin. We're putting on more and more creams and heavier creams, trying to combat the results of that dry air. Think about doing that with just cool mist. Not slathering on a ton of cream over and over again, but really allowing hydration to your skin and hair. This is fantastic for your hair, especially in the bedroom when you sleep at night, to just help curb those issues that we have in the wintertime. Kelly, it's interesting to me that you said you discovered this product when you took your son to the pediatrician. My daughter, who's 6, she has eczema, and a humidifier was also recommended to our family by a pediatrician to help those dry, rough patches of skin that occur most often in the winter months. This was the first thing her pediatrician recommended in terms of an easy remedy as opposed to steroid creams or medicine or any type of breathing machine or just, you know, all of those complications that we don't want to necessarily invite into our children's lives. You can conquer so much with just cool mist air from the humidifier. I mean, it's a natural remedy, and I really appreciate that.
Well, honestly, it was that eczema, allergies, and all kinds of things that my son had, actually, that was what my pediatrician, the exact same reason. We didn't want to have to use all the steroid creams any more than we absolutely had to. So these are definitely, adding that moisture to the air. Moisture helps with so many things, and if you think about it, we're made primarily up of water, and therefore, when we start to lose that moisture in our skin and in our health and our lungs and everything else, just so many things go wrong. That's why all those doctors do recommend them, especially when you're not feeling well. And it's so important with the cool mist. Because we all remember, I know at my age, I don't know if a lot of people use them these days or not, because I haven't used them for years, but those heat-based ones that kind of gurgle away in the corner,
yes.
and it just aren't safe to put in a kid's room, you know? The worst part was they built up all the slimy gunk because that heat and moisture together is like the worst combination.
Kelly,
so
are you
really
talking about the machine that's currently on in my home right now? Is that the old rotten machine that you're speaking of that a lot of us are using at this very moment?
I wish I could hand one of these to you right now, so you could just use this one. Just replace that one right there with a cool mist.
So true. Can we also talk about this this dual directional nozzle? Because I think that's also really important. With the old humidifier that I have at my house, it's just one output for the mist. So it's hit or miss if you're really going to benefit from the humidifier, because it's just sort of going up and into the air. I'm going to turn this a bit. I hope I don't spill it. But can we talk about that multi-directional or dual directional nozzle?
It actually is. It is. You were right the first time. It's like a multi-directional nozzle. It just spins, so you can point it. And this is great if it's on your nightstand. You turn it on that low setting. You won't need it as high as we have it right here. We just want to show you how powerful they are. But you turn it on low, put it right on your nightstand, and turn that towards you. And now let that moisture kind of envelop you all through the night as you sleep. That's exactly what happened. A good friend of mine, she's a nurse, and years ago, she came to me and said, you know what, I don't even have a humidifier, even though I've been telling people they need one. And she hadn't been feeling well while she's sleeping. She wasn't getting a good night's sleep. So I gave her one of ours. And I got to tell you, this happens every single time. If you give these as gifts, by the way, they will always come back to you and tell you how much they love you for it. She came back to me and she said, you know what, I'm sleeping better. The only thing that's changed inside the room has been the humidifier. And it wasn't just because she herself was feeling better to get a better night's sleep, but her husband had stopped snoring as well. So I'm not saying that's going to work for you. So don't email, don't get mad at me.
I'll take
that was just what she had said had happened. Well, actually, multiples are so important. You want them in every bedroom. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Let's go through colors one more time. You should know that white and black, very popular. So here with me, this is your white. 550 remain. Moving over to .com, take a look at black, which is ultra sleek. Only 250 remain in the black, so most popular there if that's your favorite choice. Now, talk about those decorator-friendly colors. We've got two really fun colors. Here's red pepper, 225 remain. And then here is that stone blue, 350 remain. Kelly, can we talk about 1.3 gallons? When we talk about how much water 1.3 gallons is, I mean, that's a big capacity for such a compact machine, right?
Oh, it is. It's compact in size, but it's full in power and everything. So that 1.3 gallons is going to give you about 70 hours of runtime on low. And I'm going to show you what the low looks like here. This is what I was saying. If you put it on your nightstand, turn it down to that low setting. You can see, let me put my shirt there. You can kind of see it in front of my shirt. You can see that moisture coming up. That's all you need all night long. That's going to give you about that 9 nights of sleep before you have to refill it. If you have a roaring fireplace going or something like that, you may want to turn it up even higher. We make these powerful enough to handle just pretty much any size room, and even the rooms that have the fireplaces. In fact, it's a great way to use it. Put it right next to, not right in the path of the heat. You don't want the heat, don't necessarily want the fire melting your machine here, but put it to where the moisture kind of goes out and envelops so that before that heat goes out and dries the air, it's moisturized. Because that's the first thing that happens. As soon as the cold air hits, it's drying the air out already. The next thing that happens, we turn on any source of heat, our fireplaces, our wood-burning stoves, pellet stoves, any of those things, furnaces. They dry the air out even more. And that's when we start to experience all those drying effects that make us think we're sick all winter long. We may not be. Some of those are simply symptoms of the dry air in your home. The other thing that happens as dry air in your home is the drying and cracking of your furniture, your wood floors. I have musical instruments that definitely need to be humidified at all times. So it's a great one to put in every room of your home. You put them in your bedroom, definitely put them in the kids' room. Don't pick your favorite child. I always say that. Don't pick your favorite child. Make sure that they each get them and then have one in the main living space. I mean, this is the perfect time to do that. So now you kind of create an oasis away from that dry air where everybody is just living more comfortably and living hopefully a little bit more beautifully as well throughout the whole winter.
For sure. And listen, at that clearance sale price, $40.44, you really can pick up more than one and place them in various rooms in your home. Kelly, we haven't even had a chance to talk about that